Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. Today's guest is a rising YouTuber and Fakemon creator. Cup-a-Fee, formerly known as The Last Shaman, joins us today to talk about her creative process, regional Pokemon, the starter Pokemon of Pokemon Legends ZA, new Mega Forms for Charizard, the Galar region, potential new Generation 10 regions, and so much more. This episode was a ton of fun to do. My name is DustyGogoat, and today I'm with Cup-a-Fee. Thanks for joining.
Hello, my name is Phoebe, also Cup-a-Fee. I do YouTube videos of Fakemon mostly, and I like to draw cursed things. Hi. How are you doing?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Are you excited for Legends ZA? I mean, that was a pretty
What
crazy
do you
thing.
think?
I mean, yeah. Are you excited at all? Do you think this will be boring?
I am so excited.
Yeah.
Legends Arceus is such a breath of fresh air for the Pokemon franchise.
Yeah.
And like the idea that they will have had time to iterate on it and improve the formula. And then on top of that, Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
That is like people have been asking for that for like years now, you know? And like just from an art standpoint, like one of my favorite things to do is to take pre-existing Pokemon and like make them new. And Mega Evolution is an in-universe excuse to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
see, the excitement that you're showcasing right now is so authentic. No one is gonna accuse you of stealing. Like you're so like I can just feel how pure you are right now. Like I think we're all feeling like this.
I feel like a kid again, you know,
Yeah.
like the idea that we could just get like a Pokemon Direct and have a new Mega Pokemon. It's like,
I know that honestly is like. So
good.
were you? So you were active in the community when Gen 6 was debuting, right? So
I don't know if I was active in the community.
Okay.
Because like that was literally like I am just starting on the internet. Like I am a baby. I don't think I even had a graphics tablet or like a way to do digital art yet. Like I think there's probably some pencil drawings of like fake Mega Pokemon in my mom's house.
You had like PictoChat.
No, I didn't have a
DS?
3DS.
Oh.
I didn't have. I had a DSi.
Yeah, that has PictoChat, doesn't it?
Yeah, but no, it doesn't have the internet
Sure.
compatibility.
Yeah, but you can draw. You can draw like on the little messages locally.
There might be a flip note in there, maybe. I don't know. I'll have a look sometime. But no, like I think my internet footprint at that point was literally just like me being on Facebook with my school friends.
Yeah.
Because Facebook was cool then. And then I think I graduated to Tumblr. Probably a couple years later.
Sure.
So there might be some really early Tumblr posts out there, but like, I don't know.
Okay, but I guess I was bringing that up to think and kind of reflect on the fact that like I remember exactly where I was every time a new Mega was announced. Like I remember where I was when like Talonflame was announced, when Noivern was announced, but I also remember exactly where I was when like Mega Salamence was announced, and I'm like, what the heck? Like this is the craziest thing in the world. For seeing like Mega Mewtwo. So
I don't have that for that generation, but I remember the day that Salandit was revealed. I was in sixth form for any of my British people. I would have been about 17. I was in school and it was like just about to be home time, and then I like ran to my friends. I was like, guys, I was on my phone. I shouldn't have been because the teachers could have caught me. But there's a lizard.
And its name is Salandit.
And it's a baby. I love him. He's a little sneaky boy. He's great.
Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what we can probably expect. When do you think we're gonna get new news about ZA?
Probably not for a little while yet, to be honest. Like this time of year is usually very dry for Pokemon. That's fine. Like the hype cycle needs time to do its thing. There'll probably be like one trailer, and then it'll start properly like kicking into gear sometime around September, I imagine. So yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get one in like a month. But
yeah, that's actually.
If there isn't, it's not the end of the world.
You think
it
we're
gives
gonna
me
get
more
one in a
time to
month?
do my thing.
That's pretty exciting.
I don't know.
That's honestly pretty exciting.
That's me being hopeful.
I think I've just like assumed we're not getting news for like months.
And,
but you're right.
I said,
they could give us something.
Expect
drip feed.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, because then when something does happen, you'll be happy about it.
Yeah. Well, we get very excited about things that don't exist on this podcast. That's like our favorite thing in the world.
No, there's nothing with a bit of speculation though.
Yeah. Well, so what are you most excited for in this game? Is it the Pokemon? Is it potential new forms? Is it megas? Is there anything else that excites you?
Forms could be really cool. Because I mean, I just want to know what the starters are.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously,
what do you think the starters are going to be?
Well, everyone thinks it's going to be Subperia and Polion and then something else. I think a lot of people are saying Skull Bunny. But, like, I feel like that's too obvious.
So this is my thing with that.
Like, those starters are already French.
Yes,
like, yes. How could they make them more French?
You're going to make them more French? No shot.
Literally.
It makes for good videos. And, like, the videos I've seen, they're well made. Great arguments. But you're right. They're already like, French.
I had such good concepts from back before we thought it was going to be ZA. Everyone was like, okay, this is Unova. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to plan out the starters. I'm going to make the video. It's going to be fantastic. I've got it written on the whiteboard still. We've got Inteleon as a cowboy. We've got Chesnaught as an astronaut. And we've got Blaziken as a hippie. Because those are like three like American all the things in archetypes.
I love that so much.
Yeah. And I was like, this is going to be great. And then
I love
didn't
that.
happen.
Astronaut.
I can still do it one day.
What was the last one? Cowboy astronaut.
Blaziken is like a hippie because I was trying to think of like American archetypes throughout the year. Yeah, honestly, it's mostly because of the
and the bell-bottom pants.
The legs.
That's so good. That's so good, Phoebe.
Very bell-bottomy. I was thinking like disco maybe as well. Like for Blaziken.
And they're all kind of maybe not all 60s. Maybe the Western movies are of the 60s.
They're a bit earlier.
Yeah, 40, 50.
Yeah. Just kind of that sort of era. Because, I mean, I feel like if they were going to do...
That's true, they could go back 100 years.
A lot of people were thinking, like, maybe the 20s they could do Prohibition. But, like, honestly, like, the 50s would have been a really cool era, too, I think.
Yeah.
America was really going off in the 50s, you know?
I've never heard someone take the spin and add... and make a Pokemon for an astronaut, which is... That is so cool. You don't think about the U.S.
because it's kind of chunky.
It was
like,
a cultural moment
with the armor and the arms.
Yeah.
And I thought you could literally just put like a space helmet on. And
that's so cool. I really love that so much.
And it's literally in the name, like Chesnaught, astronaut.
Yeah. That works so good. What would these types be? I mean, I guess a grass steel.
I mean, obviously,
Chesnaught always has to be grass steel.
Yeah.
Or psychic, grass psychic type.
Ooh, that could be cool.
Because like the cosmic. Element.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the space Pokemon are psychics. That would make sense. And then Inteleon, water. I don't know. Fighting? I don't know, because like instead of being snipery, it would have to be like revolvers instead. Because I mean, it already has the like movement it does for liquidation in.
You'd have to make it something that looks also like a bullet, but it's not actually a bullet.
I mean, water pellets. Like it literally just shoots little pellets of water from its finger.
Water ground could be interesting because like the dusty nature of like the desert.
Dusty. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't really think about it too much outside of the aesthetics because like I'm when it comes to making Pokemon, I am aesthetics foremost. Like a lot of my Fakemon end up not making a huge amount of sense outside of I just think it looks cool. I have to like make something and then think of a way that the lore can work around what I've created.
I did the same thing. I commissioned a couple of designs and I was like, I just think Onyx looks like a dragon. And I just watched the new Dune movie, so I'm thinking
I've seen Dune. I need to watch it.
It was pretty good. I didn't like the first one and I really liked the second one, but I was like, Onyx looks like a dragon. Let's make it. Let's give it an evolution where it's ground dragon type. And then I tried to make it make sense. I was like, I guess you could give it a dragon scale. I guess it's like if it's out of Kanto, then there's more dragon energy. Let's make the, and then I put it like Kanto in a Unova video, right? Because like there's dragon energy there with the anyways. That like reverse engineering is can be kind of fun.
Yeah, like you just sort of have to make something and then fit the puzzle pieces around it quite a lot because like it's rare that you think of something and everything is just put together immediately.
Are there any
but like that's like the fun of it though. Like I love making things fit within the Pokemon world.
That's the part that I honestly like that part the most. Like I think of cool ideas, but then I'm like, or I'll find really cool art to showcase and I'll be like, this is the coolest thing in the world. How could this fit into what already exists? right? That's the only thing I care about. I honestly have a tough time thinking about Pokemon. I'm like, if this doesn't make sense in the world, I don't get it. And I've got friends.
It annoys me so much.
I've got friends who
don't fit.
What is it?
It's like it genuinely annoys me. Like when things don't fit.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but that's not canon. That could never
No,
be
100%.
canon.
Yeah.
And it's like it's such a crappy thing my brain does, but it's like it just
It's not a fair. It's really not fair. Like I have friends.
Yeah, it's like they're just trying to have fun with it, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Actually, that wouldn't work. Because
Totally.
and it's like I'm aware that I'm not being a nice person.
Yeah.
But it's just it's what my
Like
brain
like
does.
you've seen like like what if the avatar characters were in Pokemon? Like that is a cool idea and that makes a cool video. But in my brain, I'm like, I don't care because there's not gonna be a crossover. That doesn't make sense, right?
No, I like the idea of like combining universes like that and then making it work.
Yeah.
But it can't just be as simple as it's Avatar, but they have Pokemon. It would have to be like the entire infrastructure, like
that's cool.
all of the systems would have to like make sense with each other.
Sure.
Like it'd be the kind of thing that I'm just like sat in the shower, just like, okay, this will do this, this will do this, this will do this, and like I'd have to like fully.
Yeah, you go full
combine everything in my
Charlie.
head.
Is it Charlie? It's not Charlie Sheen.
Who's
Wait, it's Charlie from It's Always Sunny. Where he's like at the web.
Oh, what the board?
The conspiracy board.
Yeah.
His name's just Charlie, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't watch it. I'll be honest with you. I
Yeah.
know the meme, but I don't watch
meme.
the show.
Yeah. Are there like so what? I'm curious to think about like what. Obviously, most of your channel is comprised of like these like big themed lore-driven battle gimmicks or whatever they might be, right? But like, what are? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, what are other aspects of Pokemon forms and Pokemon designs that you're like kind of drawn to? Do you think that you'll be doing more in the future?
At the moment I've only really drawn like big epic, like this is what this would look like if it was powered up to the nth degree kind of stuff. But I really like drawing cute things.
Okay.
And I also really like drawing creepy curse things. So I don't think we've done enough of those yet.
Okay. Do you have some stuff planned for like Halloween?
Not yet, but like
Yeah.
it'll be fun, whatever it is.
You could
for
do a
sure.
video all about just like ghost types, you know?
Yeah, no, I'd be here for that. Just making a bunch of like really cursed
Yeah.
stuff. I love making things that make people look at it and they're like, "This is cool looking, but what the heck is that?"
Yeah. So
yeah.
if you had to bet, and we don't, condone betting on this channel, but if you had to bet, do you think Charizard is going to get a new Mega Form?
I don't think it actually will, if I'm honest.
Okay. Because
they might give one to Venusaur and Blastoise. I don't think they'll give one to Charizard.
Because you did make over 20 new Charizard forms in one of your videos.
Well, 24. 2 of them already existed. Well, 3 of them technically already existed.
Yeah. You made so basically for listeners, what is the video called? It's literally called I Drew Mega Charizard Z and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Actually,
coming up with that title was really fun.
So,
yeah.
Just kind of walk me through this process of how you create. I mean, the concept alone, Phoebe, is genius. Like this is a great reflection of what I love about your channel and about your content. Like this is funny. It feels Gen Z. You're kind of having fun with it, but you're taking the idea seriously, but it's still kind of a little tongue in cheek, right?
Honestly, the inspiration came from a True Green video I was in where it was make a Pokemon based off of I can't remember the word. It's where something a word, it's like icy hot or like because then it means simultaneous. It's like a word that means hot, a word that means cold. Like crash landing, you can't land and also crash at the same time.
Oh sure.
Like I can't remember what those words are called, but it was.
I can't either. Oxymorons.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. Whatever.
I think that's like they mean opposites. I think I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I think that's what it meant basically. Anyway, one of the people in the collaboration decided to do one-man band, and they did this little monkey guy, And we were like, oh, this guy's cool. So every time he claps his cymbals, he changes types. Um, and like this is just a video where you're meant to come in with a design and then talk about the design, and then that's it. This person, and I feel awful because I can't remember who it was, did one of these, a separate illustration, mind you, for every single type.
Wow.
And then on top of that, later on, I think I was like, bro, imagine if they did a shiny for all of these. And they did.
Wow.
Like, there was 32 monkeys. It was stupid.
That's crazy.
In the best way.
I don't think I watch a lot of Ron's videos, and I don't think I saw any of these.
I'd recommend it. It's a good one.
All right.
But anyway, I kind of took that to heart. And then I think I was talking to someone about Charizard.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, obviously we're going to get a Mega Charizard because of course we are. And I'm like, lol, okay. It'll be Mega Charizard Z then.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, but what if there was Mega Charizard A? And then I was like, oh no, because I know that something this stupid would go really hard for a thumbnail.
Yeah.
And a title.
In a video.
And I'm like, oh no, I've had this idea. It looks like I got to do it now. Like...
I mean, I'm glad you... How long did it take you to do it?
A while.
Yeah.
A long time.
It's a good video.
Some of them took me a whole day to do.
Yeah.
Like, specifically the Ice type one. So Mega Charizard I and Mega Charizard H. I don't think I've labeled the images I've sent to you, sorry. The purple skeletal ghost one and the ice one took me absolutely ages to do. That one, and that one. Okay, so that one took me ages because it's a lot of straight lines and things have to make sense.
I think this might be my favorite design.
That's fair. It's definitely one of my top 5.
I mean, I think the Ice Dragon is kind of iconic, and
this is the
oxymoron, right?
Literally, because it's like cold at the front, hot at the back. Like, the tail has to be long enough to keep the flame alight, but away from the complete freezing cold of the head.
It's so cool. I think I like the face of it as well. And it's
like the ice, like, grows out, like, from the head outwards, creating the fractals along the back that turn into the wings, and then... Yeah, like, I was watching a bunch of Don't Tell the Bride while watching it. Because, like, I always watch stuff while I'm drawing. Every drawing has, like, a show or whatever it was I was watching associated with it.
That's cool.
Like, with the Ghost type one, I was watching The Gentleman, the Netflix version.
I haven't seen it. This is the Ghost one?
It's alright. Yeah, so that one also took me ages because every single vertebrae spine thing has a pair. So I had to originally draw that as like, it started out as a line that was the top of the spinal column. And then there was like a circle that came down from every single, I guess, vertebra. So that then I could draw the rib around it to make it like meet up with its partner, like how an actual rib cage would.
So this Charizard specifically looks a lot like Eternatus to me. Was there any inspiration with that?
I can see that. I don't know. I mean, it's a H for haunted, because it's the ghost one.
Yeah.
And I thought that seeing a ghosty Charizard would be really cool. And someone has said this in the comments, and I think I've done a case of like when you see something and it like goes in your brain, and then
you can't unsee
like,
it.
oh, this is a cool idea. But it's based off of something you've seen before. I think I based this off of the Charizard from Insurgents, that one ROM hack, because there's like a ghosty Charizard in that, and I don't want to say I stole it, but I've got a bad feeling that like the back of my brain did a naughty.
Yeah, but this is a mega. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it's definitely different.
It's
just a skull Charizard. I think it's way different.
Like,
yours is more ethereal. Yeah. Yours is more like a ghost.
Yeah. Mine is, the whole concept of it was the fire inside of it like burns it from the inside out, and it's like the ghosty ghost fire.
Yeah.
Ghosty ghost fire. Yeah.
These are so cool. Honestly, there's a lot of these that I'm like, and here's the thing, they're all megas for the point of the video, but a lot of them do feel like,
most of them feel more like just regional
forms or not alphas, Paradox. This one's obviously like Zygarde.
I mean that's just
this one's a meme. I like this one a lot. This one's really cool.
Yeah, that one's
This
just a
one's
really
cute.
simple, like, what if Charizard wasn't a flying type?
Yeah. Whenever we get another Pokemon region, where do you think that should be based on?
I would have said England, but we've already had that.
I know.
Honestly, I want them to do Galar again, but better.
Yeah. Was
That's
there anything?
incredibly
Yeah. So
selfish
like,
of
is
me.
there anything that wasn't in Galar that you think should have been? As someone who lives
I mean,
in
they
the
they did
inspiration.
they did quite a lot of things that I'd like, but they also managed to goof up a lot of the game
Yeah.
that really irritates me. Like the story's awful. The characters are fine. Um, Spikemuth, justice for Spikemuth. It
Yeah.
shouldn't have been a corridor.
You're right.
I'm
It really
still,
is.
yeah, like a lot of the route design is just so lacking in that game, and it annoys me.
If they remade, if they remade, not if like I'm just saying, like if we were to like make a tweak to Sword and Shield, I definitely think it's the fixed perspective of the camera. Like it can still
Oh
be
God,
like if you could
'cause
just change your camera angle, that does so much. Like
literally,
I do like that it's not open world because it allows for like the distant, like when you're outside, you can see things in the distant and it's beautiful and you can imagine that you could go there even though you can't go there. But if you could just change
like
your direct, like change the camera angle, that's so good.
it would be so much better.
Yeah.
Because of the shiny hunting event that I took part in even. That meant I had to open up Sword and Shield for like the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was just in a Discord with one of my friends who doesn't really do Pokemon to like a huge degree, but
Sure.
he was like, "Yeah, I played this game for like 5 minutes. I didn't like it, and I returned it." And I was
Those are
like,
the
"Fair
best
enough."
perspectives.
So I loaded it up, and he lives in London, so I was like, "Okay, so this is Wyndon." And my immediate, I was like, "Oh no," because it's like a top down
Yeah.
look at Leicester Square, which is like if you imagine like New York Times Square, it's like that but like way smaller.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where you want to be able to like look up and around,
Sure.
and it's just you're looking at the ground.
Yeah.
It's
Which
like,
is
oh,
no
that's a
good.
lovely stone texture. Like it's just not super great. But like there's like just little nuggets of good stuff in there, and it's
Yeah.
so good that a lot of people just didn't like the Sword Shield games, and that's fair.
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah, it's unfortunate that I'm realizing that like, there's all these like hyped locations for Pokemon games, or it's like, oh, this generation finally introduced this. But then there's always a downside. And I've just come, going through so many hype cycles, I've just come to realize I'm like, that's just how it is, and there's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with that.
just
Like,
never have high expectations going to Pokemon games because
yeah,
you'll always be disappointed.
take what you like from it and leave the rest. It is a shame,
Yeah,
right?
just go in with no expectations, because then
Yeah.
you will always be happy with what you get, because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
Rather than going in and go like, okay, we're getting Megas back, we're getting following Pokemon, we're getting full Nat Dex back,
Sure.
we're getting next gen graphics. You're
That's
not
what we're
gonna get
getting though
that.
in the next game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's what the
That's
next one's
actually
gonna
what
be.
we're gonna
Except
get.
for this game.
Yeah. I'll say like the only game where I was actually disappointed. I mean, there was definitely like a decrease in quality. I mean, it's all subjective. There was a little bit of a decrease in quality until Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that like cemented it re-cemented my faith in Game Freak.
Yeah.
But the only game where I
Like,
was
they
really
can still do it.
they can
They're too overworked. That's why I'm so excited about
Pokemon
not
works.
having
Oh
not having Pokemon ZA for so long, because they might actually have time to like
yeah.
make the game.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want them to have a lower output so that what they do create is better.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's tough to say because like part of me is like, I don't want to take for granted how like we've been living in a place in a time when we have so many Pokemon games, and that's so special, right? Obviously the quality is going down, but beyond that, even though the quality of the games goes down, it's like the world gets bigger and bigger, right? I don't want Pokemon to become a thing, and this is the extreme opposite, where it's like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, where we get a new game every 15 years, right?
Yeah, I want a fun, happy medium.
Yeah.
Where we get a new like big game again, like once every 3 years, but
Yeah.
then
Which
'cause,
they
I mean,
already do.
They already do that.
They do that.
But they
Yeah,
just
no,
need to.
They need to be
not-
good, big, like actually
Yeah.
engaging, exciting.
Yeah, they need to
like,
like allocate their
finished
resources better, I guess, and
Yeah.
just like fully polish what they have. Because I think, again, going back into Sword and Shield, I know I just said a bunch of bad stuff about it. That game is gorgeous.
It is
like,
pretty.
Let me
pull up some
it runs
pictures.
nicely. The shading on it is lovely. Like the entire overworld, like even though like some of the textures are a bit balked and like the wild area is a bit like boring,
Yeah.
it looks really nice. And then you go back into Scarlet Violet, and like while the environments are in the populated areas, fine. It's a lot of it is so sparse, and the shading is just so flat and boring.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everything in Sword and Shield, like especially in the little town areas, is so full of charm, and it's like
this is gorgeous.
Yeah,
right?
like it's so saturated. It has like this almost purple hue over it, which I really,
yeah.
I really enjoy.
It
And like
yeah.
all the textures are really nice. It's just the wild area that lets it down.
It
and
really is so
really
beautiful.
Boring.
Like I
but
look
the
at this and I'm
towns are
like,
lovely.
I think and I remember I think one of the big criticisms that people had was that it like wasn't actually open world, and I think people wanted it so bad for this to be the first like new generation on a home console, which like you think about that. And I think for the time, you
think home console, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be like a PlayStation 5 game.
100%, which is like partially understandable. Like the expectation, it's not that expectation is good, but it's like it does make sense that like casual people would want that, right? Because that's what you get on every other home console, and we've wanted Pokemon on home console forever. But you're right. I look at this and I'm like, it's gorgeous. The only issue is that you can only walk where there's a route.
Yeah. The only issue is the lack of camera movement. Genuinely, they are beautiful.
It's beautiful.
From an artistic standpoint, they are so pretty. It's just the route design is awful, and the wild area kind of sucks. And
I even love like I think.
But like the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor both fix it because their wild areas are really nice. Like
no, you're right. You're right.
And then with Scarlet and Violet, like. The expanded wild area that is the entire map is so sparse and flat.
Yeah.
But like the multiplayer is really good for some reason. There's just positives and negatives to every single one, and it's just the frustration that they are never going to balance it out.
But they could.
Because it's like they could, but they're just never going to have the time to be able to implement like the multiplayer features and the art style.
If you're enjoying this episode, please consider supporting Hidden Power on Patreon or YouTube channel members. Right now, we have 4 tiers, and the lowest membership starts at just $5 a month. Supporters get access to our secret Discord server and help control the direction of the podcast. Supporters also get access to our archive of bonus episodes.
Okay, so our Discord, honestly, is popping. We have other creators in there, too, which is kind of fun. It ain't just the 3 of us. We're discussing leaks when they drop. We talk about news. We'll be talking about how SoulSilverArt has, just garbage takes.
It's so much fun.
It's a place for us to connect.
I'm in there every day. Also, we have revamped our merch store. So proud of every product that is in this store now. We have stickers, t-shirts, mugs, ball caps, right? The dad caps. These ball caps are embroidered. Look at this. It's literally an embroidered.
So clean.
You cannot get anything more high quality than that.
I just got news. Do y'all hear that? Bulbasaur says that he even has his own merch.
I'll talk for him. It's beautiful. Very cool designs. You guys should check it out.
Very Japanese style.
Even the front of the shirt has a unique logo.
I'm getting one for sure.
If you're invested in this show, invest in the show. Thank you so much for watching, and now back to the video. Your videos are so special though, because I think of because obviously your art and obviously because of your personality, but I think the way you edit and you present your videos with your personality, I think that's what makes it like completely unique, totally its own, and it feels different, especially within the Fakemon creator sphere, whatever you want to call it, right? I think in a lot of ways, at least for me, I don't know, when I watch your content, I'm like, you are a leader in this space. That's what it feels like.
I try to like I think someone said something in one of my early videos where it was like, there's genuine art here, but there's also like stupid like like dumb memes.
Stupid.
Like
yeah.
I'm not afraid
it's funny.
to like make bad jokes.
You feel like a friend, right? I'm watching your videos and there's like and I think it works so well because so much of I think there's been waves of YouTube, there's been waves of Pokemon, specifically Pokemon content, And I think in a field where everything's so organized, or maybe there's like the Mr. Beast effect, it's a little, right, there's a lot of hyper editing, and then also a lot of precision. I think there's a lot of precision in Pokemon fans. Like, it's like, everything's got to be fact based.
Yeah, like a lot of it has to be quite clinical, I think.
Clinical is a good way to say it.
Some creators, yeah, where it's like, this is very informative, people are here to learn, I'm going to do some education, which is fine. But I always found learning stuff, I find it easiest to learn when I'm engaged properly with the content. And I have, like, my brain is too, like, I'm a Gen Z. I need, like, 3 different things going on at once, you know?
I hear an iPad, baby.
But, like, I literally, like, I have some videos, like the ones that, like, the main ones which I've been focusing on now, which are designed to be, like, you watch these. But then I also tried a little bit with videos that are designed to be on in the background. Like I did a speed draw of this biblically accurate Hydrapple, which is just a Hydrapple with like a bunch of heads. And that was designed to be more sort of like in the background. You like put that on while you're like studying or whatever. And that didn't do super well. But like, yeah, I usually try to create stuff with the aim of like properly engaging like an audience, because I know that I can barely watch a YouTube video without getting distracted. So I imagine a lot of my audience is very similar.
Yeah, what I like about your videos is that, one, they feel like events, but 2, you kind of like, you hone in on one specific topic, or like gimmick or a phenomenon or a certain type of evolution or form in the Pokemon universe, and then expand it out and I feel like you also make it make sense in the universe, right? On Hidden Power, this is something that we really care about, just kind of expanding and exploring the lore and the canon of the Pokemon universe. Like, we like to pretend like we're in the world.
Yeah,
your videos do feel like that.
I like things being able to like tangibly fit within the timeline. Like the one that I've just uploaded is the Blood Moon forms for the Pokemon Nobles.
Oh wow! Wait, you just this is, look at, I'm gonna refresh the page. Whoa, new video right there.
New video just dropped.
That's sick. Okay.
Thank you. So I spent a disgustingly long amount of time in this video because I discovered animation and it was a bad decision. It looks cool, but it took me a very long time.
Yeah.
So
that's cool though.
Cheeky plug, watch that video if you haven't.
Yeah, it's right here. It'll be linked in the description. Yeah, so how long does it take you to make a video, or how do you, let's start from the beginning. Like, how do you like determine which subject or video you're going to make?
Okay, so I have a little whiteboard next to me that I like to put my ideas on. And then I will just sort of pick whichever one feels the best. Like, I've had the like rest of the blood moons has been written down on on the whiteboard for a while, and I was like, okay, we've gone sort of past the hype cycle for the ZA trailer. Let's just do some more of my like more evergreen, I guess.
That's
ideas.
A term that we'll use. Yeah, it's stuff I mean, I think most of what you do is evergreen because it's like, again, it's like you're creating a Pokemon for a set of phenomenon that will, and then the idea can always be there.
Like, even the ones that were topical, I think, are quite evergreen. Like the most topical video I've done outside of the trailer reaction, which I don't really count, was the Mega Gen 6 starters. And I mean, even then, like, that should probably have appeal pretty much throughout the year. It's just that specifically was a big thing at the time. Like, I will be doing videos based off of trailers and stuff that we get. Like, if I have an idea after a trailer, like, I'll try to make sure there's time to make a video in like the next, like, I can make a video in like 3 days. I don't like doing it, but I can.
No, I get it. You hate the video by the end of it. That's why I've slowed down on my own videos. It's the same thing. You start to, you're like, this is too much.
I'd much rather spend like 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks on a video and be chill with it rather than speed run one and just want to die at the end.
100%.
But I can do it. And I'll do it for crunch times, like trying to fit the hype cycle. Because that's just how you make numbers with Pokemon. Like, the reason I think the first Blood Moon video did so well is because it was an idea no one else had, because I don't know, my brain just had a really good day that day, apparently. And it came out like fairly soon after the Teal Mask dropped. Because I think though, I think there was a leak beforehand that I'd seen, so I knew it was coming, and I was like,
yeah, that's good. You can kind of get ahead of things.
Yeah, leaks can be quite useful on that account. But yeah, we didn't have that for the ZA trailer.
Do you think I guess I'm curious because you've been an artist for a long time, right? You were formerly known as the Last Shaman, and you didn't start making videos until I guess it was right after. I mean, no, Gents. Oh yeah, it's the Blood Moon forms. I was gonna say Legends Arceus.
That was my first one.
But yeah, so that was 7 months ago.
Yeah. I've only been a YouTuber.
Like, what kind of inspired you to start? You know, like
I mean,
have you always wanted to do it?
I'm of the generation where everyone wants to be a YouTuber, right? Like, it started being a proper thing when I was a teenager. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Pokemon YouTube. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. Like, this is going to be great. And then you just never do it. Mm-hmm. Like, so many people are so scared to put themselves out there. But then over, like, honestly, since TikTok, I think it's been so much more
accessible.
Yeah, because like these days you can just pick up a phone and you're like, okay, I'm a content creator now.
And the culture has shifted as well away from hyper polish, right? I don't.
You want a little bit of like scrungliness.
Yeah. You want a little bit of realism, right? There's definitely.
I find every time you get a classic YouTuber trying to put like their hyper polished, like I've been doing this for years, this is my job, onto TikTok, it does
awful.
Not do well.
Yeah.
Because like the Zoomers can smell it. They're like, you're not one of us.
No, this is
you
fake.
shouldn't be here.
You're lying to me. Yeah.
Literally.
And so
they can literally smell it on you.
Were you making? I guess I don't know if you were making a lot of Fakemon back in the day, or if you just were. Your account was the Last Shaman, but I'm pretty sure you did a variety of art, right?
Yeah, I made a couple of things like over the years, but they never did super well. Like it was mostly just uploading stuff to Twitter and Instagram, and occasionally things would pop off. Like I had the biblically accurate stuff happen because the Dunsparce was a thing. Yeah. And I was in a Discord call, and people were making fun of it because they were like, did Dunsparce, because like
just a stutter.
It's like with every duh you add on an extra body segment.
Yeah.
And I was like, aha, I can do this. So I made like a Photoshop brush.
Yeah.
Because I learned how to do that at uni. And that did incredibly well. And then my friend it was one of the comments was like, biblically accurate Dunsparce. And I was like, that's funny. I'm gonna do that. And then that did numbers. And then I did 3 more of them. And then they also did numbers. So I was like, okay, cursed things are my niche. This is great.
Yeah. I remember when that happened. I was pretty hyped for you. Look at this is just like a random subreddit. People are sharing it. Unless it was you.
Who's it posted by? Does it say the Last Shaman?
Good.
Nope, that wasn't me.
Oh, was you?
Oh, I got added, but no, that was not me.
Oh, okay.
No, I started finding it on those like thefty t-shirt companies.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was a bunch of them on those, and I was like, okay.
You're like, that's mine.
It was like, okay, sure, you do that. Like, I mean, I know the internet. Once that kind of thing's out, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
So it's not worth chasing. But yeah, like most of those aren't mine.
I know that was a moment for you, for sure.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So do you? So that
was like a taste of what could.
Yeah. Do you see yourself like continuing to make Fakemon specifically like the focus of your channel?
I mean, I enjoy it so much. Yeah. Like the plan when I created the channel was kind of take what Tricky Wee was doing like 10 years ago and modernizing it. So the original plan was to do a mixture of what I'm doing now and then a mixture of like viewer submitted stuff, because then that can like improve community, I guess. And I also wanted to like do more streaming than I have done, but that's like I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't done any of the viewer submitted kind of things, and like I don't know, I just wanted to, because I really loved that content, but it just doesn't really exist anymore. And if I'm honest, I don't actually really watch any other Fakemon YouTubers.
Interesting, yeah.
So I don't really know what the sphere is like.
Yeah.
Like I occasionally will watch like a True Green video, but like that's about it.
I watch True Green. I watch Ron pretty regularly.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Yeah. But that's actually good because you can use that to your advantage, right? And not get like muddled by other people's ideas.
I have no real idea of what a Fakemon video should look like, which I think is why mine seem to be quite unique. Like I'm doing my own thing entirely. But I am now getting to the point because I want to do so with a lot of the videos I'm doing right now, they're taking me a long time and it's not super feasible.
Yeah.
So my current plan is to make slightly more, I'm not going to say generic, like more well-trodden topics.
Yeah.
And then do a bunch of those so that I can have more videos, because I only currently have like 9 videos total.
Yeah.
Like I need more of an established
so people can
backlog.
binge your stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you mean like, I'm sure you've thought about these, right? Like 10 new regional forms for the Kalos region.
Yeah. Like
5
I think
new
the next one
EVs,
the next one I'm
evolutions.
doing is just Mega Pokemon that people wanted to see.
Yeah, that's great.
I drew Mega Flygon like 2 days ago. I think I'm working on Dragonite today, like Aegislash, Noiva, and that kind of thing.
Nice.
Just stuff
Gogoat?
that people are like, I could do a Gogoat.
All right, come on, dude.
I'll think about it.
You got to do a Gogoat.
But no, because those are more well-trodden topics, I now need to like research into what other people have done.
Yeah.
So that I don't accidentally try like steal any ideas.
Sure.
Like I think my Flygon idea is pretty unique. I honestly need to look into the Dragonite idea.
I don't think you need to look into it. I think if it's like your honest idea, right? Like
I just don't want someone to go like, "Cup of He's stealing content." It's like
but if you look at other people, you might take inspiration from that.
But I'm
no
trying
one's gonna
to
say that.
specifically not take inspiration.
No one's gonna
is
say
the
that.
thing.
Listen. I make Fakemon videos where I'm mostly just showcasing other people's art, and no one says that about me, right? If you're making your own art, no one's gonna be accusing you of stealing,
True, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah.
Because it's like with the Blood Moon stuff, because I kind of created that myself. I have no concerns about it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's fine. Like with these guys, with the starters, like it was really quick, and I was like, I'm just gonna get this out. I don't care. We're going.
Yeah.
And I don't think that stepped on any toes. No.
I don't think so.
I don't think I got any back.
Honestly, hearing you say this, I'm like, I wouldn't be worried at all. I think it's all an appreciation for Pokemon and for the concept of mega evolution alone. Like you have your own experience with the Kalos region. Like I think you're good. I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Special. Like we were talking about it earlier. Like when I first got into Pokemon was around 2015ish, and that is like the games that were coming out when I got into Pokemon were the X and Y games.
Yeah.
So like this is like peak nostalgia.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to thank our channel supporters as well as our Patreon members. Our mythical tier supporters are Sully the Skeleton, Trash Panda, Ryan, Cornet Highlander, Case, and Candace Wendy's. I really appreciate all of you guys. We all appreciate all of you guys. I'm speaking on behalf of Soul and Lumi. And our Arceus tier supporters are Young Smokey, SEH Art Gold, and Hayes. Again, huge shout out to you guys. And of course, this show would not be possible without our Game Freak Incorporated tier supporters and members, Bramtastic and Drogain. Speechless. You guys really keep this show going. And Drogain, I see you've been supporting us for over a year now, which is mind-boggling. Little update. I've been seeing some rumors, some comments on some of our videos. People are thinking that the band is breaking up, the podcast is breaking up. That's not happening. That is the last thing. That's the last thing that's happening, right? I feel like we're stronger than ever, and we've been enjoying the fact that there's not a lot of news, and what it does is it allows us to kind of go back into our deep archive of ideas and start fleshing out interesting podcasts that excite us, that we hope excite you guys, right? Soul right now is in Italy for the next 2 months, and while he is just traveling there, like while he's just getting set up there, me and Lumi have been doing some fun podcasts, but I've also taken up work with guests that we've wanted to have on the podcast for a long time. Like this is all an additional, right? All these guest episodes are all additional to what we typically do on Tuesday. We always record on Tuesday. You guys get the episodes on Thursday. But I've been recording on Saturday. It's Saturday right now. I record on Saturday. I record on a Sunday, a Thursday, and I get these additional episodes ready for you guys, so you guys can just have a random Saturday episode. So expect those, and it's also a ton of fun because we get to actually work with some of your favorite creators. But yeah, let me just cut the head off of that rumor right there. The podcast is not ending. We are thriving, and if you want to support us, you can do so. You can become a Patreon supporter or become a YouTube channel member and support us financially, or you can subscribe and share our podcast in your Pokemon group chat, right? In your Pokemon Discord channel, or group chat or whatever, right? Share us. Let more people find us. We are growing very rapidly, and we're having a ton of fun doing this. I hope you guys are along for the ride. If you want to be part of history, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Now back to the video, back to the podcast. What I'm kind of hoping will happen in Pokemon Legends ZA is we get some version of the alpha Pokemon, where so the alpha Pokemon are this like they're Pokemon that were like fueled by some sort of power source of Arceus. I think we're going to see something similar, but obviously a power source from Zygarde, and I think the whole theme of
like a cell host or something.
Yeah, and I can imagine. So what I'm kind of thinking is, so Mega Evolution was a battle gimmick where only a select amount of Pokemon got a form, but every other battle gimmick that they introduced since Mega Evolution, every Pokemon got access to some sort of buff that was associated with the gimmick. And I think that's not present with Mega Evolution. So what we might see in Legends ZA is some sort of thing where it's like there's like an aura form where Pokemon will maybe get like it'll be like a lesser Mega. They don't get a form change, but they maybe get like 50 extra stat points, and they get powered up, and it functions the same way as a Mega, but it's not a true Mega. And I am imagining it's like this green aura, like Zygarde. That's what I'm imagining.
I like that.
Right? And then you could
a lot of people really weren't super keen in hindsight in the fact that the majority of Pokemon just are not affected by the Mega phenomenon. Phenomenon.
That's the problem if there is one with Mega, right? Is that it's very centralized. All right. Neither of us are, neither of us do competitive, but I think that's pretty understood.
What?
So you've worked with A-Drive on Elestrals on that game, which is not Pokemon, and I'm curious what the difference is creating Fakemon versus creating other types of monsters, specifically Elestrals.
So with Elestrals, I am sort of specifically trying to make it not look Pokemon-y, but like also kind of trying to make it look Pokemon-y in the same way. Because like Pokemon has such a good appeal, and I sort of know more or less what I'm doing when it comes to making stuff like that. But like I also need to not make it look like it's a ripoff. Because like I can fully do that kind of thing when it's my own videos on the line, but like when it's someone else's brand, I have a responsibility to not get them in trouble. And also with the Elestrals, they have like a specific art style that I need to follow, which kind of makes it has to not be like Sugimori style, they have a sort of semi 3D art style that you have to follow.
No, absolutely.
Which can be quite helpful in avoiding doing that. But yeah, I don't know.
What are some of your biggest inspirations when you are creating Fakemon? I mean, there's so many talented people in the community.
Ooh.
Are there any other artists that you look at? I know you say you don't watch a lot of content, but I'm sure
Honestly, no. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to. Like, I just don't really watch the videos. So I try to. It means that I have like a sort of fresh perspective on everything, because it's just my brain. But I do worry that does lead to me reusing concepts quite a lot. So honestly, I should be branching out a bit. I need to start following some people and actually get inspiration.
Because and I guess I asked that because like I've worked with some artists where I'm not an artist, but like I'll share my ideas with them, and there's like what I've realized is it's really difficult to get an idea and put it actually down on paper, and create something that actually matches what you've imagined. You know, do you find yourself reiterating on designs, or like maybe you look back and you're like, I would have done this differently?
Definitely. It'll take me a little while to do it.
Yeah.
But I look at some of my art from like 3 years ago and it's like, wow, I am way better now. I think
sure.
I think
that's
that
good
bad.
though. You want to see that growth.
Yeah. No, if you look at your old art and you don't see ways to improve it, then you probably should do some lessons. But yeah, no. It usually takes me a little while to think that.
Yeah.
I don't think on YouTube specifically I've ever uploaded anything so far that I haven't been fully behind. But I don't know, maybe in 3 years I'll look back and be like, wow, what was I thinking?
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, any closing thoughts on Legend ZA?
It better be good.
Yeah, it better be good. It better be good.
It better
we got
be
a
good.
long
Come
time
on,
to wait.
Pokemon.
We got a long time to wait. It better be good.
Yeah. No, I'm incredibly excited for it. Whatever we get, I'm sure I'm going to find some level of enjoyment in.
Definitely.
Again, I'm going to try my best not to go in thinking it's going to be Legends Arceus again, which was so good. Because if it isn't, then I'll be sad, and then I'll have another situation like I did with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that.
I think it'll be better than that. I think it's going to be entirely new game.
I doubt they'll be able to goof that badly again.
Yeah. As long as the performance works, as long as the game like performs well, like you can play it and it's not like lagging, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to have fun. That's it. I'm just a fan that likes a game.
Yeah.
Obviously, like some new megas would be nice. Some new starters would be nice. Like all the fun bonuses would be nice. But like at the end of the day, I just want to have fun.
Yeah. Well, Phoebe, thank you for being here today. I'm such a big fan. Lumi and Soul, we're big fans of what you're doing on in the community. And we're glad you've entered and you're producing stuff. And we're gonna keep watching.
I'm glad to be here.
Can you where can people find you?
They can find me on @CupOfFee, on YouTube, Twitch. Why did I say Twitch? I meant Twitter. Well,
Sometimes
I am technically on Twitch. I just never stream.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going for Twitter though.
Yeah. It's not even called
YouTube,
Twitter. It's called X.
Instagram. Nah, it's Twitter. Let's be honest.
It's Twitter. It's Twitter.
It's Twitter. I have a Patreon.
Yes.
That's a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting anything? I don't know. I have a Discord if you want to follow me there.
Links will be in the description.
Videos. TikTok. I have one of those.
Oh yeah, that's true. Definitely.
TikTok's fun.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Phoebe. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Bye.